Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T. from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
Well, it's good to be back. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. That's the way I introduce every show. Blah, 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 blah. Yes. Especially when I'm getting feedback in my ear. Thank you. Okay, that's better. I don't know what happened there. It's really weird sometimes when you got these little ear pods on and you're listening and you get this feedback. When you're expecting it, it's not a feedback. It's sort of you hear yourself and then you can hear yourself 2 or 3 times. Now, I'm pretty good at hearing myself when I'm talking and it doesn't distract me. But when I hear myself when I'm talking, and then I hear myself when I'm talking again, so like when it layers itself twice, like this, that my brain can't catch up with that one. It can pretty much catch up with the one because I'm used to having a director or a producer or something talking in my ear here with the wraparound when I was on TV doing, weather and sports and news and that stuff years ago. You have this little wraparound thing and the director's talking to you. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, bang, boom, boom, boom. Hit the roll, hit the scene, hit the video, whatever, right? But when it gets layered, another layer on top of that, that's it. My brain just can't catch up with it. Hey, it's the Jesse T Show. Good to have you along with us as we intro a Thursday here in Southern California. Yes, that's me, Jesse T. Yes, that's right. I'm here. I'm here. You're there. We're everywhere because we are on the air and everywhere from the community to the world. It's good to have you along with us. It's a Thursday, as I said. Wow, what a beautiful day. Summer's really starting to come upon us here in Southern California. The nice thing about summer is that it's summer. I mean, what more can I say? The summers here on the West Coast, especially in Southern California, really are some of the best summers you could ever want to go anywhere and experience because Southern California temperatures, the blue Pacific Ocean, and for the most part, clear skies. I remember when I was a kid growing up where we had those smog alerts. It was so bad you couldn't even see the mountains, and the mountains were, only 7 miles away. The smog was so bad. But they've cleaned that up over the last 50 years. And for the most part, climatic-wise and temperature and air quality and the ability to see is pretty nice here in Southern California. The problem, of course, I always say it, is that there's just too many people living in Southern California. It's just gotten too crowded. See, that's the thing. It's gotten way too crowded. And that's not going to stop. That's sort of here to stay forever and ever and ever. It's going to get more crowded. They can't build enough freeways in Southern California to offset the problem. It's sort of like what I was talking about earlier in the week, where we have gone off the deep end in terms of our ability to get us out of our massive financial problems in America that are looming and about ready to smash us in the head like an anvil falling from the 3rd floor when you're walking down the sidewalk like a silent movie, We can't build ourselves out of this problem of traffic in Southern California. We just can't. Saying hi to Paul Hickman, who has us on. Paul, thanks for chiming in on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero and Damilola, Damilola. Yes, thank you. I got that right. Yes, no, nobody was talking in my ear there. I was just trying to figure out this. That I'm not so good at figuring out these Instagram names. Do you ever, when you drive behind people in your car and you see customized license plates, have you ever kind of tried to figure out what their license plates says? When my kids were growing up, we used to play this game. I used to have this game because we didn't have TVs in our car then, like they do now. It was called parent-child interaction, stimulating the brain. Anyhow, I would play this game and see if you could make a word out of that person's license plate. It didn't necessarily have to be a custom license plate, just see if you can make a word. And it was, we had hours and hours of fun of doing this and some of the craziest words. It was sort of like traveling Scrabble, right? And I never was real good at that. I could never figure out. I'm a pretty good Scrabble player when it comes to regular words and language, but making stuff up and seeing it is a different thing. So I am awful with people's names here on the social media sites. But anyhow, Damon Lola 3 has us on Instagram. Instagram Live, right over here. Hey, all right. Instagram Live on the Jesse T Show at Jesse Terrero. And Facebook's over here, waving off hi to Paul Hickman and Abel Silva. Hi, Abel. How you doing? And Jacqueline Bissett. No, not Jacqueline Bissett. No. So Ireland is probably Irish beer. In fact, I got blood poisoning, alcohol blood poisoning, so I never really did it again. But I like that dark beer taste. Thick, and this was really good. Anyhow, that's what we're going to do. So many things to do. Dark Irish tea, Jacqueline says. Yeah, dark Irish tea. Yeah, the darn right dark beer is called dark Irish tea. Absolutely, man. It's a dark Irish tea that gets you a little schnockered, right? Irish whiskey. When I did drink at one time, which wasn't a lot, I loved sweet drinks, mixed drinks, but I liked bourbon. A Presbyterian was bourbon. I'd get back shelf bourbon, and I put it would be mixed with Coca-Cola, but in actuality, it should be ginger ale. But you know how you make ginger ale in a bar? You put a little bit of Coke in, and you splash it with soda water, or 7-Up if you want sweet ginger ale or tart ginger ale, and that's how you make ginger ale if you didn't have ginger ale at the bar. Anyhow, so that's what a Presbyterian is. It's actually tall glass, ounce to ounce and a half of back shelf bourbon, and you fill it up with ginger ale and a lemon twist. Oh, I used to suck on that for hours because I wasn't much of a drinker. So, all right. So, what's going on today? Wow, it is pretty amazing. Today is just a crazy day that's going on in the news. It's pretty wild, when you start looking at what our country is going through lately. I mean, we were out at Olvera Street yesterday, Dan the Man, for Catching the Vibe. Yes, we got a new program on Wednesdays called Catching the Vibe. Dan the Man and I go out someplace in Los Angeles, and basically we catch the vibe and see what's happening there and talk to some people. And we were down on Olvera Street. We got actually to talk to some people from Chile who are in a rockabilly band, and they performed in Las Vegas, and they're performing all over Western America. Now, go figure that one out. What a dynamic. A band from Chile, South America, that sings rockabilly and gets hired in Vegas. It's cool, but it's like, wow, rockabilly in Chile? I never would have put one and one together that way. Louis D is watching. Thanks, Louis. How you doing, buddy? Well, the big news, of course, today is Cosby. I'm glad they got the rat bastard. Yep. That's all I got to say there on that one. I'm glad they got him. Boy, this guy, he used to take Quaaludes and crush them up and put them in people's drinks. He was a party fiend animal. I mean, this guy had so much money. At one time, he was worth like $400 million. In fact, he was trying to buy NBC, and there was a lot of controversy and conspiracy that the reason why all of a sudden he got in trouble was because he was the first African American to try to buy a major network, NBC, when NBC was for sale. No, sorry, that one doesn't hold water. This guy, all the women that came forward over 60. I mean, Gloria Allred, who I'm not a big Gloria Allred fan. I interviewed her on the red carpet at the Academy Awards. I'm posting up that stuff. I've kind of lost those interviews. I got to find them again and post them up. I've got a lot of good interviews. I'm going to be chopping that up this weekend. But this guy was like made Wienerstein. He and Wienerstein had to be great friends. Wienerstein and Cosby. It sounds like a law firm, doesn't it? Where do you work at? I work at Wienerstein and Cosby. We specialize in pervertness, deviant behavior, and we specialize in the provocative activity of taking advantage of people and their weaknesses. Yes, Wienerstein and Cosby. I hope Wienerstein gets his due date right in court, and I hope he gets fried too. Wienerstein is actually up on some more severe charges. He's actually up on some really bad stuff. But anyway, Cosby got hit for guilty on the 3 charges. They got him. That's 10 years apiece, and he's 80, so he's going to die in prison. No problem. Die, baby. Die. Okay? We don't need you. His career is ruined. Forget it, and it's over with. And he even got up in court at the last minute and yelled out an expletive, according to all reporters, that when the judge and the attorneys were talking about whether he was a flight risk and should he be allowed to stay at home or post bail or post a bond or whatever they do there in Pennsylvania, they were talking about, the prosecuting attorney said that because of his ownership of an airplane, that he's a flight risk and he shouldn't be leaving jail. And Cosby stands up and yells in his kind of baritone kind of voice with yells, "I don't have any beeping plane." I mean, really, guy? You can't keep that? Man. I guess he's gonna. He was America's dad, Mr. Huxtable. I guess he's going to be the dad of the state penitentiary. Yes, Mr. Huxtable, Mr. Huxtable. I never really liked that show. I really didn't. But the only thing I liked that Bill Cosby did in his whole career, I loved Fat Albert and all the voices he did when I was a kid for the Fat Albert series. It's Fat Albert. I loved Fat Albert. That was one of my favorite cartoons growing up. His stand-up comedy was pretty cool because it was pretty, for the most part, clean. Remember when he was lecturing everybody in the world, especially young black males, about the virtues of living an honorable life and getting a job and all that? I mean, my goodness, they ought to start rerunning those, and he ought to put together a webinar course. God, what a two-face. Absolute two-face. Well, they got him. They totally got him. Guilty as charged. So now the sentencing part of the trial is going to be taking place here very soon. And I hope they put him away for 30 years. Because he hurt a lot of people. And even if he just hurt one person, that was one person too many. And that's why Wienerstein needs to go down too. And Kevin Spacey's in some serious criminal trouble, possibly as well. That Me Too stuff, this is the first Me Too trial that has taken place in the world in the era of Me Too that has taken place. I'm sure some people are quaking in their boots right now. There'll probably be a civil lawsuit, too, that's going to follow that as well, I'm sure. So, you know, whatever money he says he's worth or whatever money he says he's not worth, the bottom line is it's going to go into somebody else's hands. But then again, I'm sure his accountants and professional financial lawyers have hid most of his money like they did with OJ. Now, I think, wouldn't that be cool to have OJ and Cosby in the same cell together? That is a movie unto itself. It probably would make the Inquirer magazine. Yes. Yeah. The Inquirer, the staple of a morning man radio personality show, the Inquirer magazine. I mean, this newspaper right here used to be the staple of a morning show. Every morning guy and gal had the Inquirer newspaper and all these rags at their disposal. That's before the internet and everything. But I still like going through the Inquirer and reading some of the headlines. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood's final fight caught on tape. Wow. 26 minutes that will shock the world. Headlines. Inquirer, Flash. Robert Wagner and Natalie Wood's final fight caught on tape. Wonder so. Oh, this one's pretty interesting. Marilyn Monroe. I love this one. This is a special edition of the Inquirer. Marilyn Monroe, the untold story, dangerous liaisons, the Kennedys, the men who loved Marilyn, Norma Jean, rejected, neglected, and abused. Secret scandals of her life and death. A special Inquirer newspaper run. Okay. Well, we'll see. Let's see some other ones here. Oh, I like this. This is a big one, of course. DiCaprio's hooked on colon cleans. DiCaprio apparently likes to clean his colon. A lot. He likes to clean his colon. I mean, he's like the habitual colon cleaner. Well, now wait a minute. We've all cleaned our colon at one time or another, right? I mean, you've taken those detoxified substances to clean your colon out, because we all get filled full of crap every now and then. Some people are full of crap more than others. No, I'm not full of crap. Everything I do is not full of crap. Well, some of it is, but DiCaprio, he doesn't like to be filled with any crap. He cleans his colon a lot. Man, he's flushing his colon to the cost of $3,000 a colon pop. I love the Inquirer. I just do. Even today, I love it. It's just so silly. It's amazing. Of course, he's in jail now. He's in jail. He's in jail. He's in jail. Yes, absolutely. What a scumbag, Bill Cosby. It's shameful too. Why is it? And maybe you can answer this. Why is it that these guys that have all this money, I mean, if they wanted to have kinky, weird sex, they could go buy an escort service. You know what I mean? So why is it that these guys that have so much money and power, what is it with them? Does it really pervert them to that degree? I mean, really? What is it? Oh, so apparently Sharon Stone, she's 60 years old. Oh, she got a little belly fat. Sharon's got a little belly fat. Look at that. Sharon's got some belly fat. Come on, Sharon. You got to start training, man. You got to start training. You can't be out there sporting a bathing suit like that and be having the jiggle. Come on now, especially you, just because you're 60. You better not touch Elton John. He'll get angry at you. Elton John is still fuming over a fan who tried to touch him at his recent Las Vegas show while he was performing. And now the Rocket Man is making sure no one will ever touch him again. He's increased his security and layered it. Jeez. You can't even touch Elton John. My life is ruined. My life is ruined. Anyhow, the Inquirer magazine. The best part of the Inquirer magazine that I liked, the best part of the Inquirer magazine that I loved was the stories that they would run. And they have a whole thing here about presidents. And that's why I got this one. Presidents and the kind of the real stories behind them. And we can go back to Thomas Jefferson. When Jefferson's beloved wife died, Martha died in 1782. Yeah, Jefferson vowed never to remarry. He made no such vow, however, about conducting his affairs with other women. He first laid eyes on Sally Hennings, a striking 14-year-old slave girl, when she was his daughter, Patsy's servant. Patsy was his daughter. Within 2 years, he was America's third president. 3 months after his inauguration, Sally gave birth to Jefferson's daughter. Oh, my goodness. We should just get rid of Jefferson and strike him from the historical significance of America, because he had sex with a slave girl. Oh, my, he had slaves. Jefferson actually had slaves? I didn't know Jefferson had slaves. Man, that's very disturbing. We need to get rid of him. Just like Harriet is going to be on the $20 bill because we're casting off Andrew Jackson because he had slaves too. He only was the guy who brought in 2/3 of America, and so we could go from sea to shining sea. George Washington had slaves too, if I recall. Adams had slaves. Monroe had slaves. All of our founding fathers had. Well, I'm telling you, we should strike them from the history books. Absolutely. Strike those statues. Get rid of them all. Wipe them from the face of American history. Dirty rat, Finks. James Garfield, even before he was elected, President James Garfield enjoyed a colorful love life. While engaged to future wife Lucerda, he also managed to carry on affairs with 2 other women. Oh my goodness! James Garfield carried on liaisons with other women while he was courting his wife. Oh my goodness! We need to fry his butt like Trump. That's right. Holy smokes! Rebecca Selleck. I wonder if she's related to Tom Selleck. A friend of his fiancee's and married Maria Learned. Wow, Maria Learned and Rebecca Selleck. Maybe they had a threesome going on. I don't know. Bad James Garfield. Bad president. Following his wedding, his philandering continued with another married woman, Lucia Calhoun. She was just 18. As president, his libido remained as high as ever, with the commander-in-chief even reportedly visiting prostitutes in a New Orleans brothel while he was president. How dare we need to strike him. Man, we need to send CNN and MSNBC back in time. And we need to fake news them right out of existence. Lord help us. Lord help us. Our country. Bunch of friggin' deviants. Even our presidents from the past. Oh, the beloved one. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. The guy who got us into World War II. Right. Oh, the beloved FDR. My father's actually favorite president. Of course. He was a president during wartime. Of course. He couldn't keep his weenie in his pants. He was like, I think his cousin was probably Wiener. I think that's where the Wiener line came through. That's what I think. I think they're all a bunch of wieners. FDR may be remembered as one of our greatest presidents. Oh, no way. FDR, greatest president, the guy who led us through 12 years of his presidency and wanted to be king forever, and the only reason that stopped him, he died. He would have been king forever. The American public would have voted him president again. He would have been president for life, like Xinjiang of China, and Putin. He wanted to be king of America. We would have to bow to the king. But he was also one of the most sensuous presidents. Oh, he had an appetite. Let me tell you, that wheelchair didn't stop his pecker from working. No way. Man, that thing stood up like a darn FDR sausage. Excuse me. Is that a banana in your wheelchair, or are you just happy to see me? He carried on a 30-year affair with his wife, Eleanor's secretary, Lucy Mercer. But wasn't Eleanor a lesbian? Yeah, I think she was. Man, they were like, man, they were sexing it up. Like Color Me Bad, right? I mean, I tell you something. If they had the music that they have today for the presidents, I mean, it would be hilarious. I mean, can you imagine our crazy presidents who had sexual appetites that we as a public never knew about? Oh, wait, that's right. We as a public never knew about. Wait a minute. I think there's something there. We as a public, we never knew about it. Isn't that right? But all of a sudden we know about it now. We just hate our presidents. We hate them all. We hate Obama because he was married to a man, or maybe a woman, or maybe a woman man, or maybe all woman, or maybe a he, she, or maybe all woman, just a strong woman. And of course, we hate Clinton, because he was getting BJs all over the freaking White House, man. He had wall splatters everywhere, I'm sure. Lord help us, right? They should have music for our presidents. And I should be the one that should be able to pick the music for our presidents. Like this for FDR. FDR, man, this guy was like, this wheelchair didn't stop him. No, sirree. But then Trump had sex with a prostitute, a whore, an X-rated porno star. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, FDR, the most licentious president ever. He carried on a 30-year affair with his wife, Eleanor. Oh my Lord. Oh my. Here we go. We got to play some music here. FDR, it's I Want to Sex You Up.
Inside, take off your coat, I'll make you feel at home. Now that's for us, last one, cause now we're all in room. I've been waiting for you, so just let me hold you close to me. Cause I've been dying for you, girl, to make love to me. Girl, you make me feel real good. We can do it till we both wake up. Girl, you know I'm hooked on you. And this is what I'll do. I'll sex you up all night. I want to sex you up. Let me take off all your clothes. Disconnect your phone so nobody knows. Let me light a candle so we can make it better. Making love until we drown. Girl, you know it feels real good. We can do it till we both wake up. Girl, you know I'm hooked on you. And this is what I'll do. Yeah, I wanna sex you up. Make it up until we drown. I wanna sex you up.
Oh yeah, baby. FDR, man. He was banging Lucy Mercer for 30 years and was the subject of rumored hookups with other ladies, including publisher Dorothy Schiff. who once declared everything about his body except his legs was strong. He even wound up wooing Princess Martha of Norway.
Sex you up all night. I want you sex you up.
He also romanced FDR, another secretary, Margaret Alice Missy Letland.
Sex you up, feel so right,
Who took dictation in the Oval Office. Yes, I said dictation. I said dictation in the Oval Office. Sitting on the president's lap. Yet we're castigating Trump for having sex before he was married with a prostitute, or when he was recently married, before he was president, right? Oh, your favorite president, your Republican president. Oh my God. We just talked about a Democrat. Now we have to talk about a Republican because we have to be fair and balanced. I can't stand them both, but I'm an independent. I redid myself. I am an independent because I want to get some Republicans and I want to get some Democrats. I want the whole pie, baby. Okay. In 1942, okay, man, we're talking 1942. We're talking America in 1942. Uh-oh. You know what they say. Boy, America was crazy sexed up in 1942. I mean, they were bad in 19, man, they make 2018 look like kindergarten. I mean, you talk about the birds and the bees. In 1942, they didn't talk about the birds and the bees. They talk about elephants and giraffes, man. I'm telling you. Major General Eisenhower was based in a war-ravaged London, where he met English woman Kay Summersby, an aspiring actress 20 years his junior. Ooh, uh-oh, she's kind of hot too. Wow, look at her. I'd sex her up. The actress was assigned his chauffeur. You talk about Uber and Lyft. She gave him a lift on his Uber. Yes, absolutely. The two fell into a passionate affair. You know, there's something about cars in a ravished, bombed-out London community neighborhood where bombs bursting in air and all the bricks in the ground and the potholes. There's just something about going out and watching the submarine races. I don't know. Especially if that's your chauffeur. Eisenhower co-opted her as his personal secretary now. Personal secretary. And even promising that after the war, he would divorce his wife, Mamie. Man, look at it. If my wife was named Mamie, hey, Mamie. And I had a hot girl named Kay Summersby, and she was English. Oh, yes, a very good English. I think I might be thinking about that too. And even promising that he'd divorce Mamie. I like President Eisenhower. He'd marry Kay. It was not to be, though, and despite securing U.S. citizenship for Kay after he became president in 1952, he kept their affair secret until his death. Oh, that's a rascallion, man. He used and abused her. Oh, my goodness. I just don't get it. Oh, yeah, I know. He made her sweat, baby. They were dancing in the 42 Chevy. Maybe a Ford or a Plymouth. I don't know. They were getting more to the music. They were doing submarine races. Eisenhower. Wow. Bam! Hey, even Nixon. Now, what girl would fantasize about going out with President Nixon? If you were a lady, ladies, would you like to date President Nixon? President Nixon. I'm the president. I did not Do Watergate. President Nixon, right? Right? The man remembered as America's most crooked president. Oh, yes, until slick Billy Willie Clinton. And because Clinton was actually impeached, Nixon resigned. Okay. Most crooked president did not continue his deception and duplicity to public life either, but also showed an astonishing lack of judgment in his choice of mistresses. Nixon first met me. Yes, she first met me. I'm Chinese. Ooh, maybe this is why he went to China in 1973. Oh, the truth comes out on the Jesse T Show in the most mysterious ways. I got a new answer. He went to China, sent Kissinger, his pimp daddy, to China. And then he follows. Oh, Lord help me. Oh, Lord help me. Nixon first met Chinese good time girl Mariana Liu. Mariana Liu. I don't think they were doing the nunchucks with Bruce Lee either. Oh, now we find out in 2018 on, what is it, April 26th, why Nixon actually went to China and he sent Kissinger, his pimp daddy. He was vice president and quickly became infatuated with her. He liked Chinese girls. His lust blinding him to the fact she was almost certainly a communist spy. I wonder if Hoover had anything on him. After conducting their affair through 1966 and 67, she later visited him in the White House after he became president, and just 10 months after he took office, she was even granted permanent U.S. residency. Oh, how it is so nice to be friends with the president. You talk about friends and benefits, right? I mean, now we're talking the big time friends and benefits. And I know they were doing. You know what they were doing in the White House when she went there? They were doing this, baby. They were doing the wild thing, I'm sure. So that Oval Office has seen lots of Oval activity. Boy, if those walls could talk in the Oval Office, we'd find out who all the concubines were. The Secret Service kept it a secret. Yeah, Nixon. Brr, come here, my little Chinese girl. Brr, brr, give your pappy Nixon some loving.
All week, not five for my money. So the weekend comes, I go to live with the honey. Rolling down the street, I saw the girl when she was pumping. I went my eyes down, hit the ride, went to a club with shouting. Introduced myself and blow, she said, you're a liar. I said, I got it going on, baby girl. And I'm a
come here, honey. Sit behind the big desk with me. Give me it now, will ya? Hold my calls. Turn the tape recorders on.
Wow.
Oh, Lord help me. Well, we all know about our beloved President Clinton. Yes, the Clinton Mafia. That's what they are. I have no respect for that man. He's like, look, man, you want to go have some loving. I don't care, whatever. But, they ripped off people. They stole, they killed people. They did lots of stuff. The Clintons were like the mafia. They're the Washington Mafia. And we're mad at the 45th president, Donald Trump, for having some whiz-bang fun with a prostitute before he was president. Come on, guys. LBJ has a poor background. Kennedy, of course. Warren Harding. Lincoln. All of them. What do you think? Are you guys so silly? You see, we just do not pay attention to history and reading anymore. And that's the big problem. That really is the big problem. We got to get back to some sanity, and you only get that by reading books. Saying hi to Vodi Names Duo. Vodi Namisduo. You see, that's another one that gets me. Louis D. still with us. Saying hi to Jessica Millianil. Jess Camino. Jess Camelia O'Neill. Jess Camelia O'Neill. Yes, okay, I think I got that one. Vodi Namike Duo. Vote Namike Duo. Something like that. Okay, guys, I'm terribly sorry. I told you I'm not good at these names. I just they kill me. They really do. Anyhow, John Wick 3's coming out. Can't wait. It's all about him getting out of New York. He's got to shoot and kill his way out of New York. I can't wait for all the mayhem. Yes. Star Trek's going to be doing 2 movies, and Quentin Tarantino looks like they're taking his script for Star Trek. I like that a lot. I'm a big Trekkie. I love being a Trekkie. Hey, we're going to be broadcasting live on hot923thebeat.com. We're going to be doing a live Saturday show from 9 to midnight. Playing the party hits, the dance hits, the hot mix with Jesse T, the high energy show back on the air in Los Angeles and all around the world. More information coming on there. If you want to see some real hip hop, go check out Big Daddy Kane's new video. It's very cool. It's really what hip hop's all about, because hip hop has turned into, it's turned into something that I don't call hip hop or rap anymore. Here's the latest on Hillary Clinton. You know who Margaret Sanger is, right? Margaret Sanger? Oh, you don't know who Margaret Sanger is? Oh, she was a really disgusting woman a long time ago. And she said this. She said, colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. That's what Margaret Sanger said. Yeah, Margaret Sanger, a white woman. Where are the white women? Right. Well, there's one right there. She said colored people are like human weeds and need to be exterminated. Margaret Sanger. In fact, she used to lecture and participate in the KKK. Margaret Sanger was like, their God queen in the South. One time there was like 40,000 KKK members in the 1960s and 70s. My friend Reverend Stern, James Stern, wrote a book on that. You got to get it. It's really great. James Stern. He was actually in prison, in the jail cell for 5 years with one of the most evil people in the world, the great grand wizard of the KKK. You got to check that book out. Margaret Sanger, just an evil person. Oh, wait. Your hero, Clinton? I admire Margaret Sanger enormously. Her courage, her tenacity, her vision. Okay. Yeah. That's why I didn't like her. Hey, we were left with 2 very unworthy candidates to vote for. And I said that right along. We were left with them. But the problem is, one was a complete scumbag, killer, lying, cheating, rat bastard. The Clinton Mafia. I'm telling you. So we were left to vote for the guy who won. Now, don't you think that wasn't set up for it to fall like that? Come on. Put the thinking cap on. Naive to think that you and I elect our presidents. We don't. They're picked years before, ahead of time, to maneuver America and the world, because so goes America, so goes the world, into a direction that entities like the Vatican, who really rule the planet, want to take us. The Dark Pope, the Jesuits, the Order of the Jesuits. Okay, so look at. Have you never sat back and asked yourself, why were we given these 2 unworthy individuals to vote for? Are you telling me that out of 370 million Americans, there was not somebody better? There was, and there is. But they'll never get it. Never, never, never. There will never be a third-party president. Never. There will never be somebody that hasn't been handpicked for a reason and a manipulated direction. Never. 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 Okay? Look what they give us to vote for. Really? Really? And then the Republicans and the Democrats pass this $1.3 trillion omnibus they send up to the president to sign, and he signs it. That signed our death warrant as Americans. We'll never grow out of it. It's over with. That's only till September, October. It's done. Don't you guys get it? Open your eyes. Look past your own emotional understanding of the issues and look past and see the shepherd on the hill with the silent whistle and the staff controlling the little sheepdog who controls us. 1 and 1 does not add up to be 7. 1 and 1 adds up to be 2. You just got to be able to understand that nothing at that level happens per chance. Nothing happens by way of accident. Nothing happens by way of surprise. It's rigged. It has been rigged. It always will be rigged. And it will never not be rigged. Right from the get-go. Really? Yeah, really. Hey, I posted this thing up on my Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero as we move closer to Thursday, Friday. It's the sexy zodiac personality traits. So if you're a Cancer, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Gemini, okay? These are some of the things they say about you. This is a sexy zodiac personality traits. So you may want to look at your significant other and kind of check it out. Or you can go on my Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero and see the post up. If you're a Cancer, you're very high sexual appeal. Outstanding kisser, overflowing sexual energy. If you're a Pisces, you're caring, you're smart, you're got to be the center of attention, very sexy. Always have to have the last word. If you're a Libra, extremely soft and gentile. Loving in a unique way, fun and silly and most caring person. If you're a Capricorn, ooh, you're sexy, intelligent, sassy, irresistible, a messy kisser, sloppy Joe. If you're an Aquarius, you're trustworthy, sexy, rare to find, loves to be in a long relationship, and seeks them out. Energetic and tireless lovers. Oh, Lord, can we do it again? And Aries has no one to mess with. Spontaneous, smoking hot temper. Smoking. Ultra exotic, unique, sexy patience will take you to the pleasure place that you've never been before. If you're a Taurus, you're aggressive. Total freaking bed, baby. Go, yeah. A Leo, physically attractive. And they know it. Always a life of the party. Sexy, extremely horny. Knows how to give you a good time. Just plain fun in the saccaroonie. Virgo, domineering, always gets the last word. Smart ass, totally addictive. The most passionate of all zodiac signs. High sexual energy can be found in bed. Popping lots of Viagra. Scorpio, sexy, talkative, energetic, super initiative. A monster in bed. I don't want a monster in bed. You kidding me? Be like going to bed with Chewbacca and or Chewbacca. Was Chewbacca a guy or Chewbacca a girl? I can't figure it out. Is it Chewbacca or Chewbacca or Chewbacca? I don't know. Anyway, these are the things that go through my head. In bed and cannot get enough. Absolutely the most erotic. Can talk you into anything. Scorpio. Sagittarius. Spontaneous, high, hot, sexy appeal, truthful and honest, extremely generous and highly adventurous. A Gemini. Great listener. Love life like no other. A fighter? No, a lover. Unless you do something that pisses them off. Ooh, they're like a woman with a vengeance. Then they will punch your lights out. But they are generous. So I thought that would be kind of fun to end the show with. All right. Hey, look at this is the Jesse T Show. It's always good to have you along with us from 5 to 6, Monday through Friday. Let me tell you the new lineup. On Mondays, we do the Jesse T Show down on the real estate corner from 5 to 6. I show you how to make a lot of money because I want you to make a lot of money in real estate. I want you to become very wealthy. I want you to have lots of land and property, and I want you to have a legacy. And I'm going to show you how to do it without you having to pay millions of dollars or thousands of dollars to those stupid seminars, which are just con men in the making. Okay? Look, there's no easy way to make money in real estate. There's just hard work and effort with little tricks and some information. And we talk about that. I give you some really good deals to buy. Like I have 9 properties right now for sale in Orange County at 50 cents on the dollar. That's right. You want to call me? Hey, come on, give me a call. 818. I'll give you the new 800 number if I knew it. I don't think I can remember it. It's 800-689. Let me get my trusty yellow pad out. That's the one thing I learned in law school. Have a yellow pad. 800-684-8699. That's the new 800 number for any real estate inquiries that you might have. On Tuesday, we do interviews. We have some fun. We have some shows that you'll like listening to. And you always see something going on Tuesday, whether we have a guest or not. On Wednesday, it's Dan the Man and I. I got a new program called Catching the Vibe. That's right. We're catching the vibe. We're chasing that vibe down, catching the vibe of Los Angeles, and we want you to be a part of that. It's a lot of fun. On Thursday, we do this kind of show or a talk show or we have a guest, whichever we can hook up for your enjoyment and entertainment value. And on Friday, we have something called Road Trippin'. And that is sort of, if you guys remember who Hugh Hauser was, it's sort of the Hugh Hauser program on steroids, hosted by Jesse T. And we've got a great program we're going to be airing for the first time tomorrow, Friday, between 5 and 6. It's it's all about the explosion that killed hundreds and hundreds of people and wiped out many towns here in Los Angeles County and almost made LA a crippled place to live. Certainly destroyed some very well-known men and their reputations. And we're going to be talking a little trip up to the explosion of the San Francisco Dam. And it's a lot of fun. You got to check it out. If it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have any water here in Southern California. So that's going to be airing on Friday here on Road Trippin'. All right, and then Saturday and Sunday, we do a rerun here at thepowerofvoices.com. Download that free app, and you're red hot and rolling for your Android and your Apple phones. So we get that going for you. Hey, always remember, we're at facebook.com/Jesse Terrero. It's archived there. It's archived now on YouTube. Jesse Terrero. It's archived on Instagram Live for 24 hours at Jesse Terrero. It gets out on Twitter, Tumblr, LinkedIn, all the big sites, Blogger, and like 20 others. I can't remember them all. I'm going to list them so I can repeat them all the time. And we air every day on the huge Global Radio Network, powerofvoices.com. Don't forget about Saturday night as we bust out real soon on Hot 93.3 beat.com. Jesse, get back on the air in LA. Oh, yes. Next.